Hello everyone. Today's story is going to be one that you know very well. My name's Helen and I'm going to get another story out of my story box. Here is a box. Here is the lid. I wonder whatever inside is hid. I'm going to peep through the keyhole. Why, it's a story without any doubt. Open the box and let it come out. Once upon a time, in a little cottage deep in the woods, there lived 3 bears. There was a great big father bear with a deep, gruff voice. There was a middle-sized mother bear with a middle-sized voice. And there was a little tiny baby bear with a little tiny squeaky voice. Now, one morning, the bears had made porridge for breakfast, but it was so hot that Father Bear said, "I think we'd better go for a walk while it cools down." So they went out of the cottage, shut the door, and went off for a nice walk while the porridge cooled down in the bowls on the table. Well, while they were out, who should come walking through the woods but a little girl whose name was Goldilocks. Now, she was getting tired, she was getting hungry. And so when she saw the little cottage, she went up and knocked at the door. No one was there. So she pushed the door open and went inside. There on the table were 3 bowls of porridge. There was a great big bowl and a middle-sized bowl and a little tiny bowl. Well, Goldilocks was very hungry. So first she picked up the great big spoon and she tried a bit of the big bowl of porridge. Oh, that was too salty. So next she picked up the middle-sized spoon and tried the middle-sized bowl of porridge. But, oh, that was too sweet. So then she picked up the tiny spoon and tried the tiny bowl of porridge and, oh, that was just right. So she had another bit and another bit until it was all gone. Well, Goldilocks was very tired. She'd been walking for a long time. And there she saw 3 chairs sitting by the fire. There was a great big chair and a middle-sized chair and a little tiny chair. First, she tried the great big chair, but oh, that was too hard. Then she tried the middle-sized chair, but oh, that was too soft. Then she tried the little tiny chair and it was just right. So she sat and she sat until crack, it broke to pieces. Poor Goldilocks was still tired, so she thought, I think I'll go upstairs and have a lie down. So she went up the stairs and into the bedroom. There in the bedroom were 3 beds. There was a great big bed and a middle-sized bed and a little tiny bed. First, she tried the great big bed, but that was too lumpy. Then she tried the middle-sized bed, but that was too bumpy. Then she tried the little tiny bed and it was so comfortable that she curled up and went fast asleep. Well, the 3 bears came back from their walk in the woods. As they got close to the house, Father Bear noticed that the door was open and he knew that something was wrong. But they went up to the house very quietly and they pushed the door open. There on the table were their bowls of porridge. But when he looked at his bowl, Father Bear said, "Who's been eating my porridge?" in his deep, gruff voice. And Mother Bear looked at her bowl of porridge and she said, "Who's been eating my porridge?" in her middle-sized voice. And Baby Bear looked at his bowl of porridge and he said, "Who's been eating my porridge and has eaten it all up?" "I think we'd better sit down and think about this," said Father Bear. But when they looked at their chairs, Father Bear said, "Who's been sitting in my chair?" And Mother Bear said, "Who's been sitting in my chair?" And Baby Bear started to cry and he said, "Who's been sitting in my chair and has broken it to pieces?" "I think we'd better look upstairs," said Father Bear. "Follow me." So they went up the stairs quietly into the bedroom. Well, Father Bear looked at his bed and he said, "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" And Mother Bear looked at her bed and she said, "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" And Baby Bear jumped up and down and he said, here she is, she's still sleeping in my bed." Well, just at that moment, Goldilocks woke up. She saw the three bears looking at her. She screamed, "Ah!" She jumped out of bed, ran downstairs, out of the house, and all the way through the forest home. And the three bears didn't ever see Goldilocks again. But that's the end of the story.